Hello dear learners, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we are going to talk about a very interesting yet a very important topic, that is method overloading. Now, most of us know that method overloading implements compile type polymorphism. Polymorphism in one line means one object and many forms. But here, what we are going to talk about is more of a compile time polymorphism, wherein the association is decided at the compile time itself. Now, when it comes to method overloading, the most important term here is the method signature. Most of us are confused on what exactly is method signature and how method overloading is related to method signature. So let's see what exactly is method signature and how method overloading is associated to method signature. So if you can see here, this is a sample method wherein there is int, which is my return type. There is a method name, that is to something. Okay, as you can see here, and it has two parameters, that is int param1 and int param2. And here in this opening closing curly bracket, we basically write our logic or our body. So these are some parts of a method: return type, method name, parameter list, and body. But most of us are confused what exactly out of all this is method signature, and that is where we make mistakes most of the times in understanding whether a particular method is an overloaded method or not. So when I talk about a method signature, as you can see here, only from the method name to the parameter list, this whole part is my method signature. Okay, now when I talk about method overloading, overloaded method should have different method signatures. That is, the parameter list that you have should differ. That is, either it should differ in the number of arguments. That is, one method can have a single argument, the second method can have 2 arguments, the third one can have 3 arguments. Also, number of arguments need to change. Another way in which you can overload methods is the type of argument should change. That is, the first method can have integer argument, the second one can have string, the third one can have double. So that way, or the fourth one can have an employee type. So that is basically the type of arguments is different. Okay, or the order in which the arguments are coming should be different. Like the first is integer, the second is double in the first method. In the second method, the first one is double and the second one is int. So if that is the case also, it can be termed as an overloaded method. But what is important here is that the name of the method should be exactly same. So if the name of the method is exactly same, but any one of this is different, that is, either the number of arguments are different, or the type of arguments are different, or the order of arguments are different. Okay, so in that case, so as I said, either the number of arguments is different, okay, or the type of arguments are different, or the order in which the arguments are coming is different. In that case, you can say they are overloaded methods. Again, as I said, the name of the method has to be same. Now again, understand, as you can see here, the return type is not a part of the method signature. So if just the return type is different, like in this, let's say in the first method the return type is int, and in the second method the return type is double, but the arguments is same, then in that case it cannot be termed as an overloaded method. Okay, it is not an overloaded method because, again, as I said earlier, return type is not a part of the method signature. Okay, so that is there. So they can have same or different data types. So I can, even if it's an overloaded method, even if the arguments are different, let's say in whatever ways, number, type, or order, the data type can be, or the return type can be different. So the first one can have int, the second one can have double. That is allowed. Okay, so that, since it's not a part of the method signature, it can be anything. Similarly, overloaded methods can have different visibility. Like the first one can be public, the other one can be protected or private, whatever. So the visibility can be same or different. Also, they can be static or non-static. So there could be 2 methods which are overloaded method. One is static, the another is non-static. Overloading does not get affected because of that. So again, these are some important terms. You can pause the video for a minute and go through these points, absorb them, and in case if you have any questions, you can put them in the comment section below and I'll answer them back for you. Yeah, so that is there. So these are some of the important concepts or important points as far as method signatures are concerned. Okay, so that's there. Now let's get to quickly into an example and see how method overloaded is implemented in code. So I'll be taking the same shape area project that we've been using, and we'll see how it is implemented. So let's get started. So here this is my shape project that I have. We've been seeing this project now since in a lot of videos. If you've been following my videos, you must be knowing how this whole shape project and everything is got created. If not, you can check my playlist here. I'll share my playlist here. You can check that and see what all videos are there and how this whole shape project has got developed. Okay. So what I'm doing here is, in this shape project now I have created, you can see here, a polygon class, and I'll be creating methods here for finding the parameter of different shapes. So what we'll be doing is, we'll say public, okay, and we'll return double here. Okay, in the first case, if you want you can return double, if you want you can return int. Let's return int so that even that can be seen as an example that the return type does not matter. So I'll say public int perimeter, and I'll take int side1. Okay, and here I'll say return, and I'll say 4 into a. So this is going to get used by the first method. Okay, so here in the first method I'm returning 4 into side 1 rather. Then in the second one I'll say public, and I'll say, again this could maybe return double, and I can say perimeter, and this can take two sides. I can say int side1 comma int side2. Okay, and what I can say here is, I can say return 2 into side1 plus side 2. Okay, is what I can write here. And then I can say public, and again maybe integer, and I can say perimeter, and I can say int side1 comma side 2 comma side 3. Okay, so as you can see, these are the three overloaded methods that we have. I'll have to say side 3 here, right? And here I can say return side 1 plus side 2 plus side 3. So these are the three overloaded methods that I have, which are finding parameter. Now this is usually the formula for finding the perimeter of a square. Okay, this is usually the formula for finding the perimeter of a rectangle, and this is usually the formula for finding the perimeter of what do you call it, triangle. Okay, so let's go ahead and create a test class now, and we can take these three things as input and basically pass the values there, okay, to these methods and find the perimeter. Okay, so I already have a test class here with me. So this is my overloading test class. What I'll do is I'll add a main. Now I don't know how many of you all know this is already a shortcut. You can say main and control space, so it will give you a main. In case if you've not added it while creating the class, you can add it like this. And now what we need to do is, we first need to create a scanner class object. So I'll say scanner sc is equals to new scanner. Okay, system dot in. Okay, so that we can take inputs from console, and we need to import scanner, so java.util.scanner. Then I'll go and create an object to the polygon class. I'll say polygon p is equals to new polygon. Okay, and I also need to import the polygon class, because even that is in a different package, com.learning.shapes.polygon. Then let's take some input from the user. So I'll say system, or rather I'll say sysout, and I'll say please select a shape to find its perimeter. Okay, then we can say sysout, and we can say 1 for square. Okay, and sysout 2 for rectangle, and we can say 3 for triangle. Okay, so this is what we'll be taking, three things. Then what I can say, I can say int shape is equals to sc dot next int. So this will tell me whether we've taken square, rectangle or triangle as a choice. And then we'll say switch, and we'll say we are switching on shape. And here I'll say if it is case 1, okay, in that case we'll say sysout, please enter side 1, or please enter side, maybe because this is square, so we can say that. We can then say int side is equals to, and we can say sc dot next int and a semicolon, and then we can say p, or rather we'll first try to print it. So we'll say sysout, and we can say p dot perimeter, and we can find this. And we can also have a message here that says perimeter of square and colon. Okay, so this is how it will find it. And I can say side here, and then I can break this particular case. So this is going to be the perimeter of square. Similarly, we can do it for a rectangle. So we can say this is case 2, okay, and I'll say please enter maybe length, okay, and this can go in the length variable. Similarly, we can take the width. So I can say please enter width, and this will get stored in the width variable. And here we can pass length, comma, width, okay. And the third case, and here we can say case 3, and we can say enter side 1. This can go inside 1. Then we can say enter side 2, and this can go inside 2. And the third one we can take as side 3. So we can say enter side 3. This can go in the side 3 variable. Okay, let me just broaden the screen, and we can say side 1 and side 2 and side 3. Okay, and here we can say triangle, and here we can say rectangle. So this is how it will work. So let's just quickly try to see if this runs. One more thing, after this case gets over, we need to say sc dot close, because it's a good practice to close the scanner. So this is it. So let's just try to quickly run this and see how it works. And let's see. So let's run this, and I'll select square for the first time, and it says enter the side. So let me enter 10 be the side. So it says perimeter is 40, because if you remember the formula was 4 into a, or 4 into the side, so 40. Now let's again try to run this and see the others also. So you can even make it, using a do while loop. You could have done that, but then that's fine, that's not our area of concern. And it says enter length. So let's say I'm entering 23. It says enter width. So let's say I'm entering 98, and it says the perimeter of rectangle is 242, because it is 98 plus 23 into 2, so that will be 11, and 1, so 12, so 121 into 2, so that is 242. Okay, so that's how it gets calculated. And similarly, let's even see an example for triangle also. So let me enter 3, and it says enter side 1, so I'll say side 1 is, let's say, 10, enter side 2, that is, let's say, 20, and enter side 3, so let's say that is 30. So it will give me the size as 60. The perimeter of the rectangle is 30. Okay, so different sides could be different length, so that is how it is. So this is an example of overloaded methods and what exactly is a method signature. Most of us have confusion in what exactly is a method signature. Here you could notice that even if the data types were different, it still worked. I'll show you one example wherein even if the data type is different, if the number of parameters and the data type of the parameters is same, it is throwing an error. But if I change the data type here, let's say I make it short, so now the data type is different, it works. Okay, so even when the data type is different, it will work. Okay, so here I could have said short and let's say int and maybe short. this would have also worked. So let's say if I have one more method like this, which has the, now here if I copy it as it is, you can see it is throwing an error. It is throwing error. And if I change, so this is the third option that we had seen, that if I change the sequence of the arguments, see here, it works. Okay, so this is what, you can either change the number of arguments, you could change the data type of the arguments, or you can change the order or the sequence in which the arguments are coming. It will work in any case. So this is it for method overloading, and how do you overload the various methods, what is method signature, and everything about it. Thank you. Bye-bye. In case if you have any questions, you can put them in the comment section below. Please like my videos. If you like my content, share it with your friends and family. And please subscribe to my channel. Thank you. Bye-bye.